Hey everyone, we're talking about 9mm Eau de Parfum by Ballistic Therapy. So, this has a kind of a kitschy concept. It actually has a real round, like a bullet round, in the bottle. It's not live, obviously. But yeah, and kind of the whole gun theme or whatever. And gunpowder note is very prominent in this, so that's kind of where that came from or where it ties into. I think if I was like in high school, I would have thought, oh, that's so badass. Like, yeah. But now I don't like the concept, but I do like the scent. So the notes in this are gunpowder, bergamot, cardamom, nutmeg, jasmine, red pepper, black orchid, leather, isoe super, vetiver, gaiac wood, moss, and musk. So right away in the beginning, the opening, you're getting that gunpowder with like a tangy sort of nutmeg, bergamot, cardamom combination almost. There's definitely like the tang of the bergamot. There's a spice, but it's not the red pepper kind of spice yet. It's more like, yeah, cardamom type of style. More of like an airy spice that kind of just supports the gunpowder. And if you don't know what the note of gunpowder smells like, it's almost metallic smoky. It's not quite as intense, at least in this fragrance and in some of the other ones I've tried, as you might think. It's not like a scent like zoologist Tyrannosaurus Rex or something like that that's just this explosive, major, over the top thing that just knocks you off your feet in a good or bad way. But it's really interesting. I love the kind of smoky edge of it. I like the sort of slight metallicness of it without it going too far. And I love the way that the spice plays into it with this one too. I think it does a really good job of supporting it and giving it some more depth so it doesn't just feel like gunpowder. Not that I would recognize that smell outside of a fragrance note in general, but one thing about this is that by the time it gets to the dry down, it's really not so much of a gunpowder scent. It's more like just kind of slightly charred woods and a little bit citrusy, but it's really mostly the musk, like mostly woods and musk. So exciting and unique beginning, but by the time you get to the dry down, it's kind of like a lot of other scents out there. This goes for $135 for 100 ml. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's fair, because it does have its whole special concept, even though I'm not a fan of that. And it is interesting, it is unique. I like the scent, it doesn't smell bad. One thing that some people have said about it that I could kind of see is that there's a kind of cigarette type of smell to it. Almost, but not as bad as this sounds. Like if someone just smoked a cigarette and then they kind of sprayed some spicy citrus fragrance on after it, I don't think you would be in danger of someone actually thinking that's what you did and smelling that. But just be aware, if that's even remotely a concern for you, it does kind of have a little bit of something that can be confused as a faint cigarette vibe. You can get a sample of it for $4. The creator of this actually is the creator of Eccentric Molecules, the fragrance house, and he's done a lot of stuff for a lot of big names in niche fragrance like Ormond Jane, Clive Christian, many, many others, even some designers like Diesel. So it's cool that he did a pretty artful job with this. I just wish that the gunpowder fun part of it, the smoky, interesting metallic tang, kind of lasted longer. But I do really like the opening. I think it's a unique scent, and I think it's worth checking out if you're kind of curious about the note of gunpowder. I would love to see that note used more. It's just really gets kind of satisfies what I'm looking for out of a smoky note without going too far. So it's still pretty wearable in most contexts. So yeah, I'm not really getting a lot of leather. I don't really pick up specifics from the vetiver, stuff like that. Kind of mainly just starting with the gunpowder, some spice, some freshness, some floral sweetness a little bit, and then gliding down into musky, kind of charred wood space. I think this definitely leans masculine, so if you're looking for something that's more traditional unisex or feminine leaning, this isn't going to be for you. But above all, if you just kind of want something interesting or you like the idea of charred woods, check it out. Or, learn more about what the gunpowder note smells like. This is a good one to check out.